You may know the story of Helen Keller, the 20th century author and activist who lost her vision and hearing as a young child. But through the specialized instruction provided by Anne Sullivan, Helen broke through the isolation of her disability and learned to not only communicate with the world, but to change it. Like Sullivan more than 100 years ago, today's special educators change lives. At Texas A&M University, we are preparing special educators to change the world, one child at a time.
I love kids, and I want to work with children. I want to work directly with people for my entire life. I just want to work one-on-one. In special ed, you watch kids grow slowly, and every day you see a little bit of growth.
I taught one little girl, her name was Erin, in junior high, and I had her in 5th, 6th, and 7th grade. She was a very challenging student, and I taught her for a few years, and she kind of left my mind. It was probably 4 years later, she was leaving high school, wrote me a letter that I still have, I keep in my desk drawer, that said, "You changed my life, you made a difference, I would have never made it through junior high. Because of you, I'm now graduating from high school."
Special education is a legal concept in that it's required by law that everybody be afforded a free and appropriate education. Special education goes beyond that and looks at the student as an individual, looking at what they need in order to maximize their potential.
Special education is about specifically or specially designed instruction. We typically think about that in terms of students with exceptional learning or behavior difficulties or differences, but it includes a range of federal categories of disability: kids with autism, kids with schizophrenia, kids with orthopedic impairments, and also we tend to think of special ed sometimes as including the kids who haven't yet been identified but who are at risk.
Today, an estimated 600,000 special needs students are instructed by non-licensed teachers each day. By the year 2010, the need will continue to grow even higher.
I can tell you when I was teaching back in, this will date me, 1996 or 97, I was walking past one of my co-teachers' classrooms, and on the blackboard he was writing in cursive about this tall, and the blackboard was just filled and filled and filled with this tiny cursive writing for second graders. And I leaned in his room and I said, "Kendall, second graders don't read cursive." And he goes, "Oh, no wonder they're not paying attention." He was alternatively certified.
I don't think many of us would want to go to doctors who had been alternatively certified. That's not to say that there's not a place for that in this current age of teacher shortage, or that there aren't people who are very capable and go through alternative certification programs and do great things with kids. But if you're looking for a doctor, you want a doctor who's been very well trained and has had lots of opportunity to practice. You don't want them practicing on you necessarily. So I think teacher certification is akin to that. We want teachers who are exceptionally well qualified.
Teaching certification is a stepping stone if you want it to be. You could step into a career as a speech pathologist, as a diagnostician, as a licensed specialist in school psychology, on up to a psychologist. You could also go and work in rehabilitative units. You could become associated with early childhood intervention, which is more of a caseworker type atmosphere, but still is special education oriented. There's tons of things you can do with special education.
The area of special education has been targeted at Texas A&M to be a signature program. Our students are given a unique opportunity to, as they go through their undergraduate program, to also be involved in the latest research that's going on in the field of education. They not only can participate in research programs occasionally, but they also get the benefit of seeing what research is going on in that field.
In special education, we have a certification program that prepares teachers from early childhood through 12th grade to teach in special education. We start by having students admitted to the program. They have 2 classes that they have to take to make a B or better in, and then they go through an admission process. Once they're admitted to the program, they go through 4 blocks. In the first block, they take basic courses and work in a local school district in a classroom with a regular ed teacher learning how to co-teach and work with special needs students. In the second block, they're in special education settings, working in adaptive behavior setting, in a life skills setting with students who have special needs with cognitive and daily living skill. The third block, they're working with students who are making transitions from school to work, college, or other situations. In the fourth block, they are student teaching, and this is where they are taking over a classroom in special education and eventually teaching the class on their own.
The certification program at Texas A&M offers concurrent classroom and field experience. When students enter the program, they become a member of a cohort and proceed through the blocks of coursework with the same group of students.
At Texas A&M, we feel that cohorts provide an invaluable service to our students and give them an opportunity to develop friendships that will take them through their 2 years as an upper-level undergraduate, but also throughout their entire professional career.
Going through blocks with other people who are sharing your same experiences really gives you a support system that you wouldn't otherwise have. When you're in a classroom, you know that someone else in your class has been there or is coming there, so you can talk about the kids to someone else. You have a problem, you have someone who knows that child who you can go to and who you can call, and you have a support there when bad things go on, just in case. You have people there that support you and know what's going on, and you have people to celebrate their successes with because you're building on another student's work with the same child.
Students have a real opportunity to get a glimpse of a variety of special education settings and placements, different kinds of kids, different grade levels, and really know what they're doing before they get to their senior year in student teaching. So we give them lots of opportunity to practice, we give them lots of experience in the field, so then when they do their student teaching, they are exceptionally well qualified, so they look like more like a first year teacher sometimes than a student teacher.
An applicant would want to consider Texas A&M because in spite of the fact that it is an enormous school, it doesn't feel like a big school. It feels like a small town, and it feels like a place where you can go and you can learn from top-notch professors, but at the same time get a lot of individual attention, especially because our particular program is actually quite small.
I think Texas A&M in College Station is a really special place to come and practice being a teacher. I think we're a unique American institution, and whether you live in Texas now or you're coming from out of state, I think coming here to practice being a teacher, learn how to be a teacher, is a really special place to do that. The campus and the community is very friendly. It's open to lots of different types of people for lots of different types of experiences. And I think Aggie students, I've lived all over the country and all over the world. I think Aggie students are my favorite by far in terms of the types of students that I've met. There's just something very different, very special.
One tradition that I find phenomenal is the Aggie ring. The times I've worn that ring out of town, there's always, without fail, somebody that comes up to me and says, "Oh, did you go to Texas A&M?" And you have this instant communication, this camaraderie that just flourishes. It's quite unusual.
Texas A&M Special Education Certification, a career in changing lives. For more information about our program, please visit our website. If special education is the career for you, contact the academic advisor. We are waiting, specially for you.